Hello, John.
Hello, Timmy.
So, can I add, what's your job? Like, what's your job title?
My job is a professional civil engineer.
Okay. Where do you work as of right now?
Right now, I'm working as a consultant for a couple of municipalities, and I provide them with civil engineering services.
Perfect. So, do you love your job? Like, do you enjoy going to work every day?
Yes, I do. From the day I started, it was always a learning situation with this job. Basically everything, all work is the same, but they do tend to differ case by case.
Mm-hmm.
So it always makes it exciting, you problem solving.
Yeah.
So not all situations are the same.
Mm-hmm. Do you think like you're making a difference in society? Like with every project that you do you feel like you're changing it just a bit to make it better?
Well, the work primarily, civil engineering is a very broad subject. It has environmental, a lot of traffic, a lot of engineering procedures. Yes, it makes a lot of. I feel like I'm making a lot of difference in my community,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a productive profession.
Mm-hmm. So, kind of changing topics, like, is the amount of school, well, how much school do you have to do to become a civil engineer?
Well, I had to finish high school and then go to university. I got a degree in civil engineering, and I've got a postgraduate degree in transportation. Like I said, civil engineering is a broad subject. It has environmental, like I said, transportation. What I studied in was actually transportation studies, which was more of intermodal transport. That means rail, road, and air freight, and of course the shipping industry, and how they all merge together on a larger scale.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much, but what we do right now is basically rail, a lot of rail and roadway and that kind of transportation.
Mm-hmm. How much do you have to work on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis? And also, do you always have to be on call, like always be ready to go to work?
Sometimes when I'm involved in the construction portion of the civil engineering, yes, you're pretty much always on call. Of course, construction stops, but you run into issues that you have to resolve. Things come up. So yes, sometimes during construction portion of the work, yes, you're on call pretty much all the time until it's complete.
Mm-hmm.
But typically, no. I mean, it's kind of a 8-hour work, daily work.
Mm-hmm.
You start in the morning and finish by the end of the day.
Okay.
But it's a 5-day week work, and but your mind is always on your projects.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say I can turn it off, because most of the time, even if I'm sitting down, I'm thinking about my projects, about my reports, about the way I want to design something
Mm-hmm.
to be the most efficient that it can be.
Mm-hmm. Does that ever cause stress? Do you ever have to constantly think about it? Does it affect your at-home life? Does it affect your time with your family?
I don't think so. Luckily, I have plenty of experience, so that I have to go study or look things up, or But yes, analyzing things, I always do it in my mind, and of course, I have to put it down and start resolving all the issues. But it does not cause stress. I enjoy it. This is something that, if a problem comes up, I don't see it as a, big problem. I want to get to resolve it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Also, do you ever think that you may want to teach this after you retire? After you're done working, do you want to move on to other things like teaching or instructing?
Just like when I started work, I had the opportunity of working with some really experienced engineers, and they teach you what you learn at school theoretically. It's good. These are the basics, but the real experience comes with actually putting your theories and what you learn into practice. And you get a lot of information from experienced engineers. They teach you the ins and outs, how to go about doing things and designing things and solving the problems. So yes, hopefully, right now, for example, we have an intern who is studying civil engineering, and he's working with us now during the summer season. He's off school. He'll be graduating in a couple of years, I think. A sharp kid, and I like to convey what I've learned to him. So what I learned, I like it for him to follow with it and put that into practice, because I can see his old theory right now. So bit by bit he can pick up on all these little details and how to go about designing and coming up with projects and get them completed.
Perfect. Thank you so much, John.
You're welcome, Tim.